Welcome back to Virtual Reality Game Dev Ed. This is the 12th tutorial video for our friend codename B. Now, real quick, before I came back in, I had to change my barrel to the other side of my sphere because I noticed my sphere. You want your barrel to be facing out the Z-axis because that's the front of the object, and we actually want this to rotate and look at us. So how we set this up as a turret and why we did this a little differently, we have the separate base from the head here. We want to go ahead and come under component, under camera control. You see the smooth look at script. Go ahead and click that and it should automatically add it to it. Now we need to set a target real quick, so just go ahead and set your body as a target. Okay. Now go ahead and click play. And we see how well that works. Now our little turret is looking at us, but one thing you might notice gameplay wise that's a little odd is it's still kind of looking at us kind of fast. He's going to hit us pretty often at this point. So we want to come back out here to the dampening in the inspector, say change it to 10, try that, click play, let's see how that looks. That's not nearly enough. So let's try 20. Oh, you know what we're doing? We're increasing it. We need to go down. Let's go down to like 2. And press play and see how that looks. Yeah, there we go. Now he's moving a lot slower. That works well. Okay. So now we're not going to get hit every single time, and we have basic setup for our little turret prefab. Alright. So come under your prefab here, and we see that script that we just added to this, our I want to rename this turret head. To our turret head isn't on our prefab. So the first thing we want to do is actually come up here and click apply. And now we see that our smooth follow script and the name that we just changed both changed on our prefab. So that's nice. That's the cool thing about prefabs. We can actually change all of the prefabs that we have in our game just by changing one and clicking apply. So we want to go ahead and drag in another one of these turrets and put it over here. We want it at the same height as this other object. So go ahead and copy these positions. Well, actually, we just want to copy the Y position. We want it to be the same height, but we want to move it over to this little spotlight here. Okay, now click play. and move around, we see that turret's following us. And oh, one thing we didn't do, we didn't set our target on this other little turret here. So we have to come under the turret head. We see the smooth follow script already there. Go ahead and put your body on that as well and click play. Now we see that turret's following us. And you see that one already looking at us? Yeah, how nice is that? Okay, now you can add as many of these little turrets around your scene as you want. I'm just going to go ahead and add just a few more, but I want to rename these names. Now this is something I'm not going to apply to my main one, because I want to remember that these ones are the ones I'll be playing with. So I'm going to name them Turret Enemy, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull in a few more of these turrets. Now I want to place them right on the corner of my scene. That way I've got something sitting up at the top to come after me too. Make it just a little bit more difficult. But these guys aren't going to count for the game, so I don't want to name them enemy. They're just obstacles that can kill me. So I want to name these Turret Sky 1 or something like that. And make sure your cube body is attached to its look. And then go ahead and put in a few more. I want 3 more altogether. Click on this turret and match your Y position. And go ahead and paste that into all the others. Okay. Now come up to the top. And place all our new little turrets right on the corners of the scene. Make sure your cube body is in the target for the smooth look at script. Okay. Now let's click play and see what we look like. Now we can't see the high turrets yet because our camera's facing down. But if we come up here, we can see those high turrets there. They will also be shooting at us, following us around. So that's cool. We have a little bit of difficulty going on, a little bit more obstacle in the game. But these two low enemies, those will be the ones we'll actually go for and set up. We will tag them to blow up for us. So, the next thing we need to do is create a separate prefab. We actually want to go ahead and take off don't do it like that. We want to make this lose the prefab connection somehow. So like take the base and pull it into the main body for the turret sky there. And then pull it back out. And do the same thing with all of these. Continue, go ahead and lose that prefab connection, put it back under the regular one. We want two separate prefabs here for these. Continue and move it back out. Okay. So this turret we're going to go ahead and name turret enemy. Okay, now we need to come up here, create a new prefab, and this one we want to name turret sky. Well, hold on one second. And go ahead and drag one of these into that. Actually, go ahead and select the other three and delete them. And then drag your other prefab out here. And put your turret skies back up. Make sure they match up with this y-axis. Go ahead and rename them 2, 3, 4. Now we have two separate prefabs for those objects, so that way we're not going to we're going to have to reset cube bodies for 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4 there for our targets. Make sure our targets are set. And now we are ready to prepare the turret enemies to blow up when we shoot them and count for us. Okay? So that's where we will stop right now. We're just getting ready to set up some real enemies in the next tutorial. Do something cool with our enemy. So we will see you all again soon.